Welcome to Wallace and Wire. Today, we're talking about, well, quite a firestorm, really, engulfing the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, and Culture. Specifically, the calls for Minister Tiong to be removed immediately.
Yes, it's become a major flashpoint. This isn't just, typical political noise.
No, definitely not. It seems to stem from this event where alcoholic drinks were served, and it was seen as, well, an official ministry thing.
Exactly. And that perception triggered a huge backlash. People demanding, adherence to national moral standards, cultural norms.
Okay, so let's try and unpack this. There are two very, very different stories here, aren't there?
Completely different narratives, yeah.
On one hand, you've got this really strong political accusation, a moral failure, a breach of trust.
Very emotional.
And then on the other side, a very technical defense. It's all about private funding, administrative lines. So we need to figure out what's really going on.
We need to look at both the political pressure being applied and the specific facts that were put forward in response.
Right. Let's start with the political demand. It's incredibly forceful. The Johor BN National Former Elected Representatives Council, they publicly demanded Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim sack Minister Tiong.
Yeah, not requested, demanded. It's a very public ultimatum, very strong language.
And these are figures who often, kind of set the tone for how government should operate, historically speaking.
That's right. And their core argument is that having alcohol at an event linked, even perceived to be linked, to a ministry is irresponsible.
They say it violates long-standing government policy. It's insulting to public values, religious sensitivities.
And they really leaned into the history of it. They pointed out this isn't some new rule.
No, they brought up Tun Abdul Razak, saying the policy banning alcohol at government functions dates all the way back to his time.
So in their view, this isn't an accident or a mistake. It's a deliberate breach of conduct, a slap in the face to tradition.
A failure to uphold principles.
And they were equally critical of how Minister Tiong responded, or rather how he didn't respond initially.
Right, they felt his statement wasn't enough.
Not nearly enough. They saw the lack of a formal apology or a really detailed explanation straight away as, well, arrogance, irresponsibility, an insult to public accountability.
And that's where it escalated, didn't it? It moved beyond just this one banner incident.
Exactly. They started questioning his overall fitness for the job.
Using this as a launch pad, basically.
Pretty much. The Johor BN National Former Elected Representatives Council listed other issues, things they see as a pattern of missteps by Tiong.
And they put it to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, directly prove that all the talk about integrity and professionalism isn't just empty slogans. That's the quote they used.
Which really raises the stakes. It turns it from a debate about one event into a full-blown performance review, right out in the open.
So what other specific things did they bring up against him?
Well, they mentioned a few things. First, his performance in Parliament, saying he failed to answer key questions properly, suggesting he wasn't prepared or didn't respect the process. Then they brought up that incident earlier this year, the Kuala Lumpur International Airport immigration dispute, claiming he damaged the country's image then.
Right, I remember that.
And what else? Interestingly, given his job, they criticized his understanding of arts and culture, saying he doesn't grasp its role in unifying people, a pretty direct hit at his suitability for that ministry.
Wow.
And finally, they even mentioned his command of Bahasa Malaysia, saying it was weak.
So if you put all that together,
the message is crystal clear. Get rid of him. They explicitly said there are more capable, more trustworthy people who respect national values better, ready to take over the Ministry of Tourism, Arts, and Culture. The pressure on the PM is huge.
And it wasn't just that council, was it? The opposition weighed in, too.
Oh, yes, definitely. Amplifying the pressure cooker. We heard from Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia's Majid Tana, Member of Parliament, Mas Ermiati.
What was her take?
She publicly questioned Tourism Malaysia directly, or who she thought was responsible about supplying alcohol at the dinner. Said it violated cultural norms, even constitutional principles.
And in today's world, anything said in Parliament, especially critiques like that, they just explode online, don't they?
Instantly. And that's where the social media element became absolutely critical. Photos, videos from the event started circulating everywhere.
Which just fanned the flames.
Hugely. It drew really widespread criticism, especially from parts of the Muslim community, religious groups. They felt their sensitivities were completely ignored, maybe even deliberately. Perception just took over.
Okay, so the political pressure, the moral outrage, it's intense, it's widespread, we've established that. But now, the other side of the coin, the minister's defense.
Right, and his defense was immediate and very specific. Tiong King Sing flatly denied the accusations about using public money.
How did he frame it?
He made a crucial distinction. He said the dinner, the Global Tourism Exchange dinner, was not organized or hosted by Tourism Malaysia, not by the ministry.
But that's tricky, isn't it? If the minister is there at a global tourism exchange dinner, doesn't that automatically make it feel official, regardless of who paid? That seems to be what the critics are banking on.
And that is the core political argument against him, yes. His presence implies endorsement, but his defense, it hinges entirely on the money trail, or lack thereof, from the public purse.
So the funding details.
Exactly. He stressed that the food, the drinks, including alcohol, none of it was official hospitality. And the key point, 0 public funds. Not 1 ringgit was used.
Okay.
He said the entire thing was handled by private companies, by sponsors. So his defense is about financial rules, financial integrity, not necessarily cultural precedent in this case.
So he's standing firm on the no public ringgit used line. How solid is that defense, though, especially with that historical policy argument from the Johor Council?
Well, it got a significant boost from outside voices. It wasn't just his word against theirs.
Oh, who else backed him up?
A joint statement came out from 3 big industry associations: the Malaysian Indian Tourism Association, the Malaysia-China Tourism Cultural Promotion Chamber, and the Malaysia My Second Home National Consultants Association.
Those are definitely major players in the tourism sector. What do they say?
They confirmed his story completely, stated very clearly that they organized the event, they paid for everything themselves, full stop.
That's pretty strong confirmation. Independent, potentially verifiable.
Exactly. It suggests the event was genuinely industry-driven, privately funded, and they actually went a step further, which you don't often see.
What was that?
They offered an apology to Minister Tiong King Sing for all the trouble this caused him. They specifically highlighted that it was a commercial industry thing and the catering choices were theirs, not the ministry's.
Right. So that really sets up this classic political dilemma for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, doesn't it?
Absolutely. He's caught between 2 very different ideas of integrity.
On one side, this deep-seated principle of cultural conduct, the historical precedent going back decades, invoked by the Johor Council.
The way things should be done.
And on the other side, this technical, factual defense. Hard proof, seemingly, that no public money, no ringgit, was misused. Financial rules were followed.
So the Prime Minister has to decide which version of integrity carries more weight right now. Is it adhering strictly to the financial rules, proving no corruption, no misuse of funds?
Or is it upholding those historical cultural norms, where the perception, the symbolism, the precedent might actually matter more than the accounting details?
That's the tightrope he's walking.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? For you listening, which side holds more water in today's politics? Should a minister be held accountable for what happens at an event, even if it's fully paid for by private industry, just because he attended in his official capacity?
It's a tough question, and whatever decision is made here will likely set a precedent for how ministerial conduct is judged going forward. Does just being there make a private event official enough to fall under all those old government policies, even if the taxpayer didn't foot the bill?
That seems to be the line in the sand.
That's the line Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has to draw now.
Indeed. The political pressure is certainly not letting up. And his decision on Tiong King Sing's future at the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture will tell us a lot about what this government prioritizes when these kinds of clashes happen. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.